With the closure of the 3DS online servers coming up in April, and the future of Pokemon Bank and Transporter remaining up for now, I have one goal in mind. It's to bring my Pokemon from here to here. The Pokemon Company is encouraging players to transfer their Pokemon up to home at their earliest convenience, according to a tweet they made in October. So, now is a good time as any for anyone who's been just holding out, procrastinating like me, to just go out and just make the move. So why move up my Pokemon, right? Why not just leave them in the games that I played them in and just call it a day, do something else, and just let it be? And that's a good point. But, for me, and maybe many others, definitely a lot of others that are sentimental, I just want to bring up mainly my Hall of Fame teams from each of the games and each of the regions that I've played growing up, just up to home. They represented a certain period of my life for each release, which they released 2 to 3 years, maybe sometimes back-to-back years, and I want them to just retire in a safe place, right? Growing up, starting with red, blue, yellow, and then just playing them throughout my childhood into my adulthood, they had different meanings for different parts of my life that I was in. And I think that's important to me. Also, with aging physical media, I'm not sure how long these cartridges can last. And I really don't want to find out and test that. The last thing I want is to try out a game and realize that the game won't work anymore, and that I actually had Pokemon that I wanted to bring up to home. My FireRed and Emerald are actually the oldest, which are like almost 20 years old. I have Pokemon in my Emerald that I think were from my original Pokemon Ruby that was lost or stolen when I was younger, which still hurts me to this day. Specifically, my first Blaziken that I overleveled when I got stuck in Pokemon Ruby is in my Emerald now. I had to do some sleuthing and backtracking that I had in Ruby. So I have two main objectives. Objective number 1 is to bring all my Hall of Fame teams from each region, win the Pokemon League from each region, play some of the post game with the past teams to get the full experience of what that particular region had to offer. Objective number 2, build a living dex in home. When I was checking each game, I saw I had quite a number of exclusive event, legendary, and mythical Pokemon, and I think that would be a great reason to start a living dex or bring them all over, right? Having almost all the Pokemon I need, minus Zarude and I think Marshadow. Hopefully I can get that Magearna that you get for having all the Pokemon in home, or registered at least. And I'll be mainly using my Pokemon Go to help fill out the majority and then fill out the gaps afterwards. As of scripting this video, which is on January 7th, I moved all my Kanto and Johto Pokemon over to home, which I began doing so in December of last year. Like I said before, the mainline series will help me fill in the gaps that I don't have in home. So how am I actually gonna pull this off? Well, I've got my Switch right here for home, very important. And I also have this not brand new, it's a new 3DS XL, has a capture card built in, also has USB-C, which is fantastic, to just stream the progress over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Harbiscus. I have my DS Lite when I was younger, and it has the GBA slot and then the DS slot to transfer over from Gen 3 to Gen 4. And this is my old Game Boy Advance SP. Not going to be using it, just thought it'd be cool to throw in for the video. And then finally, if I wanted to stream games from my FireRed and Emerald, I have to do that somehow. And the way I'm going to be streaming my Gen 3 Emerald and FireRed is obviously not through the SP, but from right there. Alright, so here's a quick recap. We'll be using our Analog Pocket to play our Gen 3 games, using our DS Lite and its GBA cartridge to port over the Gen 3 Pokemon to Gen 4, then playing all Gen 4, 5, 6, and 7 games on the new 3DS XL with the capture card, and finally moving all those Pokemon to bank, and then from the bank to home on the Switch. I want to set a goal on this just to make sure I'm on track, and let's say by the end of this year, let's hope to have this done. I'll put up another video update showcasing the journey and see how our progress is going. And then maybe, hopefully, Nintendo will bless us with a virtual console of sorts that has all gens 1 through 7 in the pre-Switch era on the new Switch, Switch 2, whatever new Switch version they'll have coming up for us this year. And then with Pokemon Day next month in February, maybe they can announce that, who knows? Or they can wait for the 30th anniversary in 2026. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be streaming this whole journey on twitch.tv/Harbiscus. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.